Hello, and welcome to English Podcast with Missy. Here we learn English for real life. Clear, slow, and simple. Let's learn English together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello, my dear friends. It's Missy here. Welcome back to our cozy English corner. Today we're talking about something that touches every one of us, no matter who we are or where we come from. Fear. That small, quiet voice that whispers, "Don't do it. It's too scary." But there's another voice too, a softer one, that says, "You can try. You can grow." This story is about listening to that second voice. It's about the journey from fear to courage, about facing something you've always avoided, and realizing that courage doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means you don't let fear stop you. So make yourself comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's begin. For as long as I can remember, I've been afraid of speaking in front of people. Even as a child, when the teacher asked me to stand and read a sentence, my heart started racing. My hands shook. My voice disappeared. And my face turned red like a ripe tomato. Over the years, I've watched others speak so easily. People who tell stories, explain ideas, or make others laugh. I've always admired them. But I've also told myself, that's not me. I've avoided every chance to speak in public. At school, I've chosen quiet projects. At work, I've stayed behind the scenes. Whenever someone says, "Can you share your thoughts?" I've smiled and said, "Maybe next time." But the truth is, there's never a perfect time. Fear doesn't disappear when you wait. It just becomes more comfortable sitting beside you. For years, I've let that fear grow quietly in the corner of my life. A few months ago, something small but important happened. My friend invited me to a community storytelling night. "Come," she said. "You don't have to speak, just listen." So I went. The room was simple. A few lights, soft music, and about 20 people sitting in a circle. One by one, people stood up and told short stories about their lives. Stories of love, loss, mistakes, and new beginnings. I sat there, listening, and something inside me began to shift. Each person who spoke wasn't perfect. Their voices shook sometimes. Their hands trembled. But every word they said was real. I've realized that courage doesn't always look strong. Sometimes it looks like a shaky voice that still speaks. It looks like a heart that beats fast but doesn't run away. That night, I didn't speak. But I felt something awaken inside me. A quiet wish to try. The next week, I joined a small public speaking club. It was a big step for me, even though it sounds small to others. I've promised myself that I'll just listen at first. No pressure to speak. But of course, during the meeting, someone smiled and asked, "Would you like to introduce yourself?" Every part of me wanted to say no, but something inside said yes. So I stood up. My legs were shaking. My heart was louder than my voice. But I spoke. Just my name, where I'm from, and one line about why I joined. It took less than 30 seconds, but it felt like climbing a mountain. Afterward, people clapped gently and smiled. Nobody laughed. Nobody judged. And in that small moment, I've learned something powerful. Fear grows in silence, but it shrinks when you face it. Since that first meeting, I've continued to go every week. Each time, I've done a little more. A short introduction, a 2-minute story, a question, a joke. I've noticed that courage works like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Some days, I still feel nervous. Some mornings, I want to skip the meeting. But I remind myself that courage doesn't mean feeling ready. It means showing up anyway. I've also started using small habits to help me. I breathe deeply before speaking. I write down what I want to say. I smile at people before I start. These small things don't remove fear completely, but they make it manageable. Like turning a storm into light rain. And every time I finish speaking, I feel a quiet joy. Not because I was perfect, but because I did it. Now, after months of practice, I've noticed a real change. I no longer avoid eye contact. I volunteer to share my ideas in meetings. Sometimes I even help new members in the club who feel nervous. Just like I used to. It's strange and beautiful to see how facing one fear can open so many doors. Because once you've faced one thing that scares you, you start to believe that you can face others too. I've realized that courage isn't about becoming fearless. It's about building trust in yourself. It's about saying, I may be afraid, but I've done hard things before. I can do them again. Now, fear still visits me sometimes. It still whispers, what if you fail? But my courage answers, what if I don't? Looking back, I've learned several things from this journey. Fear doesn't disappear by waiting. It disappears when you move toward it, one small step at a time. Courage grows quietly. It doesn't need to shout or show off. It just needs patience and practice. Failure isn't the opposite of courage. It's part of it. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. Kind people make courage easier. Having a supportive space or group can help you take risks safely. And perhaps most importantly, you don't have to be ready to begin. You just have to begin to become ready. When I look at where I started and where I am now, I see that fear hasn't disappeared from my life. But it has changed shape. It has become a teacher, not an enemy. And I've learned that every brave act, no matter how small, adds another layer of confidence to who you are. In today's story, we've used present perfect and present simple to tell a personal and emotional journey. A journey that connects the past with the present. These two tenses help us show how experiences shape who we are today, and how our feelings, habits, and lessons continue to exist now. So, let's take a closer look at what we can learn from the grammar in this story. Present perfect. We use present perfect to talk about Experiences that started in the past and continue until now. Changes, lessons, and results that are still true today. It helps us say, this has happened, and it still matters now. Examples from the story. I've always admired them. I've realized that courage doesn't always look strong. I've promised myself that I'll just listen. Present simple. We use present simple to talk about facts, habits, and general truths. Feelings and thoughts that are true now or always true. It helps us say, this is how things are. Examples from the story. Fear grows in silence. Courage works like a muscle. I smile at people before I start. When we combine present perfect and present simple, our story feels real and reflective. It connects past experiences with present emotions and general life lessons. So remember, use present perfect to show what has happened and how it still matters. Use present simple to share what you believe, feel, or do regularly. Together, these tenses help you tell stories that are not just about what happened, but about who you have become. So, my dear friends, if you've been avoiding something for a long time, a dream, a conversation, a challenge, maybe it's time to take a small step toward it. Remember, you don't have to erase your fear. You just have to walk beside it. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's just a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I've tried. I've shown up. And that's enough. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope my story inspires you to face something small that you've been afraid of, and to discover the courage that's been inside you all along. Take care. Breathe deeply. And remember, you're braver than you think. Until next time, this is Missy, wishing you courage, peace, and gentle progress.